Hey, sister.
Hi, sister.
I'm very excited today. We're going to show a quick trick about how to make a very easy ornament.
This is really cool because you made this last year for your Christmas tree, right?
I did. And I thought it would be fun to share this with everyone.
Yeah, I think it's fun too because I needed to know how to make these as well so I can put these on my Christmas tree.
Right. And so if you all see that there's a small version because this die was used from the Gentleman's Study craft box that Anna had last year, but there's also a larger die that came out this year, which is the same, it's just larger. And this was the scrapbook border dies. There's also a shadow for both of these dies, but we didn't need to use that today. And when you see how easy it is to make these, you're just going to be like, what? I can make these all day long.
That's exactly what I thought when you showed me how to make these.
Right? Like, it's not as difficult as it looks.
No. So, and especially when you have your sister crafting with you, time goes by really quick.
Right? I know.
So in true sister fashion, we, have the same die, but different sizes. Mm-hmm. So Melissa's die is the 12-inch die. Mm-hmm. And then my die, like she said, is from the Gentleman's Study, which is like a 7-inch die. So I like little petite mini things. So this is right up my alley.
It really is. It was kind of appropriate that you did the small one.
Yes, absolutely. So we've done some prep. We made one to show you what the final project will look like. Mm-hmm. So Melissa has a small one as well as the large one. She's going to do something extra with hers.
We'll come back to that.
I have just the little baby one.
Right. Yeah. Which even the little baby one is a really nice size.
Yes, it is.
It is a really perfect ornament size for your tree.
Yeah. So let's see. We didn't measure. So mine's, it's about almost 7 inches from top to bottom, which makes sense.
Yeah, and the big one is about 11. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like 11 and a half.
Yeah.
So
don't
be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
No,
this is supposed to be fun.
Yes, and it will be.
And it will be, yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. So do you want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
So because Sister figured this clever trick out, I'm going to let her take lead.
Okay.
And I'm just going to follow.
Okay. Well, thank you, sister. So first, I need to know that you need to cut 5, and it's helpful if you use double-sided paper because you're going to see both the inside or the back of the paper and as well as the outside of the paper. So it's helpful if it's double-sided. If that's what you want, maybe you want one side to be white, it's whatever your preference. So we did 3. I put together 3 of them already just to show you what they look like individually. And then we have 2 that we're going to put together with you, and then we'll put the whole thing together. So after you cut out your 5, and like I said, you just need the die, you don't need the shadow layer. All you're going to do is you're going to bend it up so that the very tips of the paper, these 3 little points, come together. It's a symmetrical die, so they're all going to line up beautifully. And then all you're going to do is glue those 3 points together. And I also want to let you know, you don't want to crease it. You want to keep it just rounded and kind of like a teardrop shape. So you want to do these other 2 right now, sister?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So here's a trick too. You can also kind of warm up your paper just by kind of giving it a little bend, but that's not even really necessary. And then you just want to put the glue on those 3 tips, and that's it. You don't want to put glue anywhere else. And then what's fabulous is that they come together so beautifully.
Of course they do.
Yeah. And you kind of want to make sure that they are lining up and, one's not hanging over one edge more than the other, because it'll help make the final ornament more symmetrical if you just take a little bit of time and make sure that they're all lined up. So just those 3 points.
It's always fun to take Anna's dies and do something just a little different with it than they were intended for.
I agree. It's so fun. And I love to see when other people do that.
I know there's some really crazy, amazing projects out there.
There is. And I always think, oh, they're so clever. They're so clever, right?
Now, add your name to that list. You're just as clever.
Okay. You got your 2 together there, sister?
I do.
Okay. All right. So now, this is the fun part. Once they're in this little teardrop shape, you're going to see that at the top of that rounded shape, there's like 2. I'm going to get my pointer. There's like 2 tabs, and let's see. There we go. Well, it did focus, and there we go. These 2 tabs, I call them tabs. It's actually part of the design, but we're going to call them tabs because that's what we're going to use them as. And every piece of the star is going to get connected to each other with one of these tabs. And so you can you can kind of warm them up a little bit just by giving them a little bend up and down, just so they're a little more pliable. And then just start gluing. It doesn't matter if you put the glue on the top of the tab or on the bottom of the tab. And it doesn't matter if, say, this one goes on top and then the next one goes, under it. Like, that doesn't matter. You just need to make sure that those 2 tabs are together, and it is going to overlap a little bit. So for instance, once you get these 2 tabs, this part of the die is going to overlap a little bit. And let me show you what that's going to look like. This is ultimately what you're going to have once you get them all glued together. So you can see kind of this one, it can go, this one's kind of under that one a little bit. This one's over that one. It's all okay. This is what you're going to have at the end. Let's glue. Glue, baby, glue. And you only want to glue just that those 2 tab parts. You don't want to glue into the center here. It's literally just the tabs. So let's see if I can show you here. Just that tab. So once you get all of them together, and it kind of just looks like they're all in a row, you're going to do exactly the same thing you just did, except you're going to take the first one and the last one, and you're going to start to spread them out so they're not stuck on each other. And as we go around, those 2 tabs are going to meet, and that's where you glue it. So I'm going to do it with this one now. bring it around. And again, try to get it as even as you can. And it might look a little wonky at first, but it's okay. You can kind of play around with it as it dries and sort of get it into the shape that you want. Ooh, isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Right? You can even like kind of play with the center a little bit. Now, I will say that the small die has obviously a smaller center, like a center opening, whereas the big star obviously has a larger opening. So from here on out, you can kind of figure out what you want to do with it. Like for instance, on this one, the small one, we just put a piece of Dresden Starburst on the back, and on the front, I added some little rhinestones, and you can kind of see how it gives it a little bit of depth. You can see that Dresden through it, and it gives it just a little bit of depth. So if you wanted to, on the large stars, let me get my purple one here, because I have a purple back. You could, you could glue something to the back. You can use the Dresden, you can use just any round die, or probably even like a star die, a starburst die, you could put on the back. So to do that, I guess it really didn't matter. It's front and back is the same here.
Right. And, honestly, we all have these little circles in our stash, because there are dies out there that when you cut, we've got these circles left over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it could just be like a scrap.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when we use scraps.
Yes. That's what I use. I use scraps for both of mine. This is, you can't really see it. It's kind of hard to see, but this is Anna's Christmas paper. It's white with silver snowflakes on it. You can see a little snowflake.
Yes.
There.
Oh, yes.
And then this is Anna's Christmas paper too, which is
it is
red and white. So it's not double-sided. It has the white on the background. But I think both of these, just because of the pattern, I think it doesn't really detract from it.
Oh, no, not at all.
But, I was playing around while you were talking. I think I could probably stack these two Christmas star ornaments on top of each other.
That is lovely, right?
It looks like a peppermint candy.
Oh, I love it. So I just glued the little, I didn't use a Dresden, I just used a little scrap of paper, which I think was from the blue ribbon dies. It was one of those. Bosic folder and dies. And then, just like you, even with the big one, you can stack a little one on top, and look how cool that would be.
I know.
So if you already have a back to it, like if you put a piece of Dresden or like a piece of paper, it'll be easier to glue. But also remember that when you're gluing it, don't smash it down. You just want to try and glue in that round.
You want to make sure that they continue to be dimensional.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this one was, I stored this one, away last year, and it still is nice and puffy.
Did you put like tissue paper inside the teardrops, or did you be super careful?
No, I was just super careful, kind of just alternately stacked them. And it was in a bin that had other paper ornaments in it.
Okay.
Imagine that, paper ornaments. But look how pretty that would be. So you could have a large one, but the small ones definitely are for a tree. Maybe this is more of a tree topper.
Yeah.
But these are super cute for ornaments, right?
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait to finish mine up by getting a back on it and blinging it up a little bit.
I know, right? Yeah. So there you go. Let us know if this quick trick is up your alley. Let us know if you try it.
And we would love to know if there are any other dies like this that you could make an ornament out of. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And if you do make this, let us know by hashtagging the Annabelles so we can see it.
Yes, we would love to see your finished projects.
Okay, absolutely. And if it's on your tree, even better.
That would be the creme de la creme.
Like, these purple ones are going on my tree.
I know they are. I know. Well, sister, thanks so much for showing us how to do that. This was really a fun project.
It was. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, I think I'll be making more.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed our quick trick. We'll see you next time.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.